going on, hustlers? Another day, another dollar. So this morning I'm up a little bit. Well, I'm up at normal time, but leaving the house a little bit earlier because I'm on my way to go do a local Facebook deal. However, this deal, I'm not the seller, I'm the buyer. And if it wasn't a present for Caden's birthday, definitely would be one hell of a deal to pick up and resell. We were looking at these items, and I'm kind of being vague about it because he does watch our videos, and the last thing I need is to ruin his birthday surprise. But we were looking at these items for him, and used, they're going on eBay for over $100. Some of them $200-$300, depending on what's in the set of them, which is crazy. Brand new, you can buy the smaller kits for like $20-$30. The bigger kits go for $100, $120, $130. And it's crazy because it's a little toy. It's something that I probably walked past a million times in the store and never thought of until all of a sudden Caden started being really into it and wanting them. So we had a set of them that we were bidding on eBay over the weekend. At the time we started our bidding, I think we were into it at like $30 with $30 shipping, $60, okay. By Sunday when that item ended, it was at $190 plus the $30 shipping. That's when I backed out of it and said no. So last night, because I had a few others I was watching on eBay and same type thing, they were going for big bucks. Oh, excuse me, early morning. So last night I poked around Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist to see if I could find anybody with some on there. It's funny how as resellers we don't think about going to our own channels to look for stuff sometimes. So I pulled up like 3 listings locally, and then probably another 3 or 4 listings within an hour and a half of me. And the ones locally, there was one for $10, one for $15. I don't remember the price on the other. So I hit up all the local ones. First one responded, the $10 one. Said, sorry, it's sold. Like, man, that was a good deal for $10. The $15 one, the lady popped in and says, yeah, it's still available. And that's who I'm going to meet this morning to pick up the stuff. So she's meeting me on her way to work so that I didn't have to drive all the way to where they live, because it's probably about a half hour from me. But we're kind of meeting in the middle, more closer to my side than hers. I don't know, it's probably about halfway. The ones that are like hour and a half, oh man, I cannot wake up today. I've been up for like an hour and a half already, and I freaking just can't get awake. I don't know what it is. So let me grab a sip of tea. Get some caffeine going in the body. But you know, it's just crazy. It's insane that, you know, these little kids' toys go. And I mean, they carry it. Whoa, hello, you gonna take out my front bumper? Holy crap. Idiots in the morning trying to rush their way into downtown to get through freaking traffic. Just crazy. But it you know, it's Kath and I were joking last night that, you know, if it wasn't such a meaning to Caden for his birthday to have these items, we'd gladly flip it. You know, friggin' $15 investment. like 150, 160 bucks. Yeah, why not? It's just crazy. So that's what I'm off to this morning to go do. It makes me want to set up some alerts on Facebook and Craigslist to watch for this toy, this item. Grab some to sell in the future. You know, even if I cherry pick a couple of the items out of the set of them for Caden to have, because I'm sure we'll end up with duplicates. But some of them carry a famous person's name on them. All he does is take his name. They put a sticker of a signature on it. Others, it's we were shocked because, you know, they've been around for years. I guess I'll quit dancing around what the item is and just say it. He already probably has an idea of what he's getting for his birthday anyways, but they're like a series of ramps and like setups for like a little skate park for using fingerboards like Tech Deck, or the little BMX bikes that you use with your finger. I guess they got little scooters now too, but you know, Tech Deck's been around, God, 20 years at least that I know of on the market. My little brothers used to play with them. But you know, some of them carry Tony Hawk's name on it, and it doesn't matter whether his name's on it or not, they still go for a premium price. It's just insane. So, and you know, I'll gladly go pick these up. Man, now I know why I don't come into work this early in the morning. Holy crap, traffic's a nightmare. You would think that we lived in like New York City or something and had to deal with traffic. No, we're in Syracuse. We got to deal with this crap. This is just crazy. I'm glad I don't normally have to go through this part of town to get to where I work. Oh man, there's almost another accident. These people, you're in the left lane. You know you need to get off the exit. Why are you in the left lane? There's 3 lanes wide. Why are you sitting in the left lane and then just trying to cut over because you're at your off ramp? Craziness. So, you know, I take a different route to where I work. Yeah, I work in the downtown area, but I don't have to go through all this traffic crap every day. If I did, man, I wouldn't be working there. I would have quit a long time ago. I don't like traffic. I friggin' hate it. But hey, at least I'm not hitting a skunk with my truck like the bearded picker. Yeah. Speaking of which, the bearded picker, as you're passing through Syracuse this week, you know, give me a shout. Let's meet up. Let's grab coffee, beer, something, and you know, collaborate for a few minutes. He's on the road traveling right now, and whoa, hello. Why did we just come to a screeching halt? This is insane. This is just crazy. I don't expect this here. I don't have enough people in this city for this crap. Oh yeah, lay on your horn, because that's going to get you farther in life. What is wrong with these people? Oh. But anyways, you know, lots of stuff going on over here at our Journey to Freedom. We are shifting around a few things. I'm probably going to drop our Facebook group because I don't have the time to keep it up, and I limit myself to only a couple of groups that I try to remain active in, and I don't get a chance to be active daily in each of them like I would like. And you know, a couple of those groups are the Reseller Resource Center, ran by Dominic, who happens to be here in Syracuse with me. It's a valuable group, especially if you're new to reselling, covers multiple platforms, a good spot to ask questions. There's a group run by Blake, Walter Blake Knockbach, I think is how you say his last name. And I apologize, Blake, if I pronounced it wrong. But, Crazy Blake owns a candy company, warehouse reseller up in Michigan. He's got a group, and he recently changed the name of it. I'll post links to these in the description. Tend to be in that one. Again, a lot of new sellers in there who ask questions, need tips, help. Green Room. Green Room's a paid membership that I belong to. We joined that when we first got started. I made that investment, and it's paid itself over multiple times. Matter of fact, last night I leaned on that group for some information that I needed about an item we had that I wasn't 100% familiar with. I know the basics of it. But that's ran by College Picker, Steve Rakin from Rakin Profits, Chris, the Bonafide Hustler. Those guys have just been, phenomenal in helping us grow. I had the opportunity to meet up with Chris and his brother Emerson when I was in Austin back in February. Had a blast running around with those guys. They showed me, some garage sales and thrift stores in their areas. Of course, we had to go to Taco Deli. And to this day, I swear that's the best tacos I've ever had. It's, just a group of guys that are willing to help. It's not just them, though. It's the entire group inside that room that, the green room, all the members. I did not get the opportunity to go to their meetup they had in Austin. I had a couple of things going on at work that week that I had to be at, and wasn't able to get down there. But it's just crazy. It's a group that likes to have fun, likes to poke fun, pick on one another. But at the same point, get their point across, and be able to help each other. And you got to be able to take it as much as you can dish it out. So just be prepared if you do join that group that, there's a lot of zingers that go on back and forth. For instance, I had a package of sealed Legos that were outside of the box that I wasn't sure what item they were, because when I pull up the numbers that were on the bag, they bring me to an item that didn't look like the parts that were inside. Only had one minifigure. At the bag I'm looking at, it had two minifigures, and so that's out of my realm. I'm not a Lego expert, not really claim ever to be an expert in anything, but so as I looked at them, I'm like, this just doesn't match up. This doesn't look right to me. So I leaned on the group and said, all right, who's our Lego experts? And right away, Chris popped in and said, hey, grab these two guys. And those two guys responded back right away as well. And, I explained my situation. And they asked for pictures of the bag. I took pictures of everything. And they started looking at them, and they're like, man, we don't know. We don't think we've ever seen those ones. They're like, wait a minute. Zoom in on the pegs, the little pieces that stick up on the Lego, and tell us if it says Lego on them. And sure enough, it did not. So I found out that they're counterfeit Legos. They look 100% legit, minus that one little piece. They had some other letters that were on the little pegs that stick up, out of China. Them Chinese guys will counterfeit anything, I guess. Which explains why the numbers weren't matching up. You would think they'd want the part numbers to match up so that people thought they were getting the same thing. So I went from thinking, I had something that I could make a few bucks on eBay to, all right, that's going in the dollar bin for the flea market or one of the shows we've got coming up and doing. But it's just crazy, and of course, there's a guy in there that I've razzed a few times about a few things, and he took a pop shot at me, and when I asked who are the Lego experts, his response was Google. So, so I replied right back to him, said, hey, Google is being a biatch and giving me misinformation, hence the reason looking for one of you. But, that's just the camaraderie we have in that group, is everybody goes back and forth and throws little zingers when they can. But the group is very helpful, but at the same time likes to have fun. I really look forward to hitting up one of their meetup events so that I can meet some of these people in person. It's just crazy. There's another group, a couple other groups I'm in that I'm not as active, but I absorb a lot of the information that go on in them. Neither one of them are paid. One of them is very large, and I'm kind of shocked that the reseller hasn't monetized it some way, shape, or form. We're going through and reevaluating. We're going to continue to do videos and information and help people out and float through our business. And I'm going to try and be more active on our blog, posting some tips and information. But I get a lot of requests for people wanting to know, what items we're buying, what items we've had success with, especially some of our stuff from like dollar stores or closeouts and clearances that we find. So we've been starting to piece together some bolos, some be on the lookouts for. But I want to keep it to a limited number of people that get it. And one of the ways to do that is to charge for it. I don't want to sit here and say I just put them out massively and then it tanks the item, because that does none of us any good. If I put it out massively and 100 people go buy it and jump on the listing, everybody's going to drive to the bottom, the price, and none of us will get ahead. So I probably only limit it to a couple of people, a handful of people at most. Charge like $5-10 a month. I don't know. I ain't figured it out yet. Probably do it through Patreon, since they have a platform that's set up and designed for that type of service. I don't have to worry about billing or anything else. The post unlock as long as you pay your subscription fee. So I started setting up an account yesterday for that, and posted a couple bolos out there. And it's a link will be down in the description. It's Patreon / Our Journey to Freedom. I think is the patreon.com. Yeah, I think that's the URL. I don't know. I'll post it in the description below. But it's just a way to continue our focus and drive with those who are willing to put the effort forward, and make something of their business. We get a lot of people who just want information, then don't do anything with it, and then complain that the information doesn't work. And it's like, you've got to do work in order to make the information work. So, but I'm just about up to where I've got to meet this person for this Facebook deal. So, hustlers, I want you to get out there and go do. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video with anybody that you feel that could find this information valuable and useful. So leave comments down below. Let me know how your adventures are going, if you're stuck anywhere. If you want to know more information about our bolos that we're going to be putting out, like I said, we're going to limit it only to a handful of people. So let me know. So wow, sorry to cut you guys short. As I was pulling in, I could see that she was pulling in across the parking lot. We met at a little grocery store, and she was pulling up as I was, so it was like perfect timing. But I didn't want her to know I was recording a video, because then she'll start questioning, am I buying this to flip or whatever. But holy crap, she threw a bunch of extra stuff in there. Her kid's now 17, and she's got a basement full of these toys and didn't know what to do with them. So she was happy about it. And that somebody's going to put them to use, so she wanted to know how old Kate was, that kind of jazz. But I just can't believe. So basically, a bag that like a queen size comforter would come in, she filled full of all these toys for $15. Insane. I know a lot of other people out there have sourced from Craigslist and sourced from Facebook Marketplace. We've sourced a couple items from Craigslist, but I haven't really like set up a lot of the search stuff to go and auto notify me about it. I'm really thinking that I might need to rethink this, because I could easily take that stuff right there and sell it on eBay, break it up into a couple different lots, make $300-400 off a $15 investment. Man, Caden, you're lucky I love you, and that it's your birthday, and this is going to you. Oh, you know, the things we do for our kids. There's times that we're out shopping and Paige will want stuff from the thrift store, you know, especially books, and I'll scan them, and I'm like, man, when you're done with that book, I want it to resell it. But it's crazy. You know, there was one day that I think we were at the Goodwill bins, and she found a bunch of books, next to nothing, because, you know, you pay by the pound. And I scanned them all, and there was a couple $100 worth of books, and I kept threatening to take them on her. That's the fastest I've seen her clean out the car of anything that we've purchased for her. Usually it'll lay around in the car for a week or two, or one of us will finally bring it in the house because the bags get put in the back of the car. She no more got out of that car, she grabbed them things and they were in her suitcase and gone out of the house and taken to her mom's house. I think she was afraid I was really going to take them and sell them on her. But, you know, I wouldn't do that. You know, if the kids want something, the kids get something, you know. Yeah, this business for us is, there's plenty of other items out there to buy and resell, not to have to take the stuff from the kids. But it's craziness. Man, I used to go to that diner all the time. It's all boarded up. So a little bit of an old stomping ground for me coming down to this part of the town. You know, it's not the nicest section of the city. It was a whole lot nicer 30 years ago, 35 years ago when I lived down here, but yeah, not so much anymore. So it's crazy. So kind of glad my parents finally moved out of this area. Where I went to meet the lady at the grocery store was right around the corner from where my parents used to live. Not where I used to live when I was down here. We lived a little bit closer to where I'm at right now, you know, a few minutes up the road. But you know, my parents ended up taking over my grandparents' house, and we're living there. They finally got out of the neighborhood 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't know. So glad they got out of there. This place has gone downhill so fast. It's just it's crazy. You know, one time I used to walk these streets and not think twice about it. Now I wouldn't be caught dead walking these streets. It's not the best of neighborhoods anymore. So, but it is what it is. You know, I'm sure there's some deals down here, like a Family Dollar right there. I'm sure there's probably some bargains in there to go resell. So where are you guys doing your retail arbitrage these days? You know, I haven't done any. God, did a little bit I think in August, but not much. We really didn't do much in August at all. And I'm itching to especially go to that regional dollar store where I usually find some good deals. The only problem there is you got to get it while they got it in stock, because they don't get it in again. They have a few items that they carry on a regular basis, but most of their stuff they buy on liquidation and closeouts. And I'd love to find who their supplier is. I found their supplier for a few things, especially the regular items that they have in there. But I really would love to find out who they're buying their liquidations from. I've tried to build a rapport with the owners of that. I mean, they've got, I don't know, 9-10 locations at most, all spread out within an hour and a drive from me. Actually, probably within an hour. All locations I can touch. That's not the same hour because it's an hour radius around me. But their warehouse, their corporate offices are probably about 40 minutes away. And I've reached out to them numerous times, and I've offered sometimes to buy this stuff, if they can get it again, or if they can get me a larger quantity, or buy up all that they have, like have them pull it from the shelf so I don't have to visit all their stores. And I'd gladly pay them $1 for it. I'm not looking to get it, cheaper than $1. I'll gladly pay them the $1 for the item, but they don't want anything to do with it, And I've talked to a couple other, I don't know if you'd call them resellers or not. They're at the flea market. They own junk stores locally, places I go to buy stuff to resell. But they've tried to sell them stuff when they've gotten it before, and they want no part of it. They just, I don't know, they're kind of set in their ways and do things their way. And it goes to show you, the dollar store concept, they make good money at it, to have that many locations. It's a no-thrills dollar store. I mean, you're not going to walk in and find the Taj Mahal going on or anything, They're cash only. They don't do credit because that little extra fee would like, kill them. I honestly don't know how they do it, because some of the items they have in there, I mean, their cost is like 75 cents. How are you making a profit when you're buying at 75 cents, selling it for $1? You got to pay employee wages, you got to pay rent, you got to pay the electric bills. It baffles me that they're able to do that, But I'm sure there's other items in there they're buying for pennies, and that's what makes up the difference. But it's crazy. If you guys have a good liquidation vendor, let me know. I mean, I have a great one that I use for Amazon liquidation stuff. That's Upper Valley Wholesale. I mean, you guys hear me preach about them constantly. And, I'm working a deal with them right now to try and get Matt to be on some roundtable sessions with me, talking about the business and talking about his adventures over the years. That man's full of knowledge. Lots of information, lots of experience. I constantly pick his brain. I feel like I'm abusing it sometimes, and I ask him things, or but he's been very good to us. I still got to put that video together of the tour of his facility. I'm sure he'll be happy if I don't, because he was worried about the way it looked, because they are moving. So to him it was a little bit of a mess. It's a rundown JCPenney store that they were in, that they were using as warehouse space. To me, that doesn't matter. It's business. He's moving product. So, but looking forward to my next trip out there when I can see his new facility. But it is what it is. It's this reselling game is all about the relationships you make. That's why I'd love to make one with that local regional dollar store. I even have the two owners' names. I've tried reaching out to them on LinkedIn. I've tried all kinds of different methods, and I'm struggling to get past the gatekeepers when you call there. I haven't tried to physically go to their warehouse. Wonder how that would go over. Probably get escorted off the property by the police. But I don't know. Those of you that are in the greater Syracuse area, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about for this regional dollar store. If you've got inside information, please let me know. I'd love to find a connection there to and like I said, I don't care if I gotta pay for $1. It's a matter of saving me the time to have to hit up all their stores and clean out their shelves. And I'm sure they'd love to sell a whole pallet of stuff, or sell it by the case, versus having to send it to the stores and deal with employees having to A, truck it to each one of the locations, and B, unpackage it and put it on the shelves. It's just extra time that they're spending. But would love to cherry pick some of that. I mean, hell, some of my best-selling items came out of their stores. Some of the most profitable items we've had have come out of their stores. Matter of fact, the 2 bolos I put up yesterday, one went up yesterday and the other was scheduled to go up, I think, today or tomorrow, I don't remember, on Patreon, were both items that came out of their store. One had a 400 plus return on investment, the other one was 600 and something % return on investment. Can't beat that. That's after all the fees, after my cost, after shipping it to Amazon. And I couldn't keep the items in stock. As fast as these stores were getting it in, I was buying it and throwing it online. And it's time to make another trip to their stores. So I'll probably hit, maybe tonight on my way home, I'll hit the one that's right down the street from me and see what they got in new. See what I can snag and make a few bucks on. So throw it on eBay, throw it on Amazon. Hell, probably can sell some of it locally. Because I know I've taken other stuff out of a few dollar stores, sold it at the flea market for more than $1. Nobody's questioned it. We're waiting to get called out on that one. Hey, isn't this in Dollar Tree, or isn't this in this dollar store or that dollar store? And here I'm selling for like $3. So hey, gotta make $1, right? Another day, another dollar. So, but I'm serious. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know how your reselling adventures are going. Are you struggling? Are you stuck? Do you need help? That's what we're here for. We're about helping people grow their business, getting into this industry, and basically creating freedom for themselves. Financial freedom, freedom from having to work for somebody else, whatever it may be. Whatever that freedom is for you. Everybody will be different. Some people need a couple $100 extra a month. Other people should replace their full-time income. It all comes down to what each individual person needs and wants for their lifestyle. What does freedom mean to you? Freedom for me is being able to do what I want, when I want, wherever I want. And so it's in order to achieve that, it involves having financial freedom. It involves having time freedom. It involves, having boss freedom. You can't work for somebody else and then decide you want to work from wherever you want, when you want, because that's not going to be a good mix. They're going to expect you at their office 9 to 5, and you can't be, sitting on a beach in Tahiti with a laptop. Man, the traffic down here is just crazy. I don't know. Insane. I'm glad this is not part of my daily commute. I come down a different way to get to my job. Man, those cars are parked way too close. But, that's about all I got this morning for you. I'm going to go over here and grab a quick bite to eat before I hit work. And then go make $1 working for somebody else before I can get out and make $1 working for me. So, alrighty, hustlers. I want you to get out there and go do it.